Today, I'm going to talk to you about values and how understanding your values can really help you yourself and the people that you work with really build resilience. Got a room full of teachers mostly, and GTCS have their own values of fairness, integrity, trust and respect, professionalism and sustainability. Scottish Government have got the 4 values of honesty, integrity, objectivity and partiality, which really roll off the tongue. And saw some police officers today as well, and they have the values of integrity, fairness and respect. And I suppose the schools in which you work in as well, they will most likely have their own values, or organisations that you work with have their own values. But how are those values displayed? How are they talked about? How are they lived? Are they lived? That's something I want to explore a little bit more today. And what about our own values? Is it something that we actually take the time to think about is what are our core values? Because as Aristotle who said it, the beginning of wisdom is knowing yourself. And for me, knowing yourself is knowing your values. So therefore, for me, the beginning of wisdom is really knowing your values. So my values are, I've got 4 values that I try and I'm really trying to live my life by, and that is learning, integrity, ambition and determination. And they're the 4 pillars where I'm at home with my wife and my daughter, I'm at work working with young people, the team that I work with. They're the 4 pillars that really try to guide my life, because our core values are the blueprint, they are our compass, they are really our roadmap of how we want to live our life. They're aspirational. And I'm going to tell a story today about my journey of being a dad and the lessons I've learned from there. And actually, it's an insignificant story, because maybe some people in the room may have done what I've done. But for me, it was almost at my eureka moment, as we were discussing earlier, of the mistakes that I've made to really think about what's the type of person I want to be. So, bit of background about Club 1400. We deliver values-based leadership academies to young people and the key adults in their life to help them discover their true potential. We did it over 3 phases, where phase 1 is in the community, phase 2 is a 60 residential in Skye, with phase 3 being where we support the young people and the key adults to realise their ambitions back in their community. So I was doing some phase 1 work in my old school in Edinburgh, Castlereagh Community High School, and the purpose of phase 1 really is to understand the Columbian 6 core values and basically get them ready for their 60 residential in Skye. And a young lad put his hand up and he was like, Liam, I just don't quite understand what integrity means. So I was like, fantastic, one of my values, it's something that I really hold dear. I'm more than happy to chat to you about that. So I explained it first, it's about, staying true to yourself, and actually when you make a commitment to yourself, you do it. Or it's, it's when doing the right thing when no one's watching. And he still had a bit of a, I don't want to say glacial look, but he still had a bit of a look we didn't quite understand. So I went a little bit deeper and I gave an example of myself. So that was about January time, so my daughter Amelia would have been about 2 and a half. So I said to the young lad, I said, well, integrity for me is that when my daughter starts counting at 2 o'clock in the morning, I shoot right up without no questions asked. I go and help her, support her and console her to make sure that she's okay. And it's like, because for me, what I like to hang my hat on is being, first of all, a good husband, or try to be a good husband, and to try and be a good dad. And I think from then he hopefully had a bit of an understanding of what I meant by integrity. And so that night, go home, fate is an incredible thing. 2:30 in the morning, monitor lights up, there's my daughter, really upset in between being breastfed. My turn to get up, and I'd love to stand here and tell you that I got up like a shot, went through and consoled her, but I didn't. I was a terrible person. I'm probably going to lose half the audience here, but I was a terrible person who rolled over and pretended to sleep. Despite my gentle nudges, I say gentle nudges from my wife, I didn't get up. I was like, well, no, listen, I was working hard today, it's your turn, you must get up, and I rolled over. Fast forward to 7 in the morning, I wake up to, and rightly so, the cold shoulder from my wife. Absolutely. There's nothing I could do. I was running around, I made Amelia her breakfast, I made my wife her breakfast, I even made my wife's lunch to try and make up to it, but still, she was very unhappy, and rightly so. So I was driving to work, and this phrase kept coming in my head, and it was a phrase from my dad, and he was the best person for discipline when they were younger. He never shouted, I never raised his voice. He used to disappointment. Sometimes you're almost craving to be shouted at, but he used to say to me, Liam, you've let your mum down, you've let me down, you let your brother down, your sister down, but most importantly, you've let down yourself. And that was going through my head as I was driving to work, because I had this terrible knot in my stomach. I genuinely almost felt sick because I felt that guilty and that bad of what I'd done the night before. And for me, that was because what I was saying I was, the type of person I wanted to be. I wanted to strive to be and being a good dad and being a good husband and living by my values of integrity. I wasn't doing it. It's easy for me to talk about it, it's easy for me to say this and display it to young people I work with, but actually when push came to shove, I was not living by my values. I tell you a story that it is insignificant. It's not a great story of adversity, absolutely not. But I think it's a significant moment for me, because that moment, that feeling that I had in my stomach that day, and actually it's kind of coming back just now. I don't know if it's nerves of talking or just going back to being that morning, I think about that time. I never want to feel that again, because I let down my daughter, 110%. I let down my wife, but not more importantly, but equally, I really let down myself, because I am not being the person that I set out to be. And it changed everything for me in terms of how I want to be as a dad and a husband, and how actually when I come into work as well, I don't want to be that person who talks a great game, but my actions are not actually in line with what I say. So it's not always easy. I'm not saying it every time at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning when my daughter wakes up that I'm shooting right up. But I take myself back to that moment of how that knot, how horrible I felt, and it re-energises me, and I get up. And we're now at a stage where, after about over a year, my wife slowly breastfeeding my daughter, we're now weaning her off. So it's now my job in the mornings and evenings to give her milk when she wakes up. And my daughter certainly doesn't take after me, because she gets up very, very early and she's very much a morning person. But the reward for me, now living by my values and getting up, is that time and space with Amelia, just her and I, before I turn on Good Morning Britain to get Rachel and Piers Morgan, we just have 10 minutes of me looking at her looking at me, and we have that moment which is fantastic. And that's my reward. And I tell you it's because a great TED talk by Drew Dudley talks about everyday leadership, and he talks about leadership in moments. It's not these big grand things that we always make leadership so much almost unattainable for most, but actually it is about moments, and that was my significant moment. That's the moment I realised for me to be the best husband, the best father, the best friend, the best brother, the best nephew, the best friend, the best colleague, the best leader, I need to live by my values. And it's changed how I look at work, how I look at home, and where I want to go in life. And for me, when you look at resilience is something that it has to come from within. You can't tell someone to be more resilient. It comes from your inner strengths and right from within. And that, for me, is your core values. Your core values is your inner strength. But how often do we give our young people we work with, ourselves, our family members, and we talk about core values? Not very often. When we come in and start working with a group of young people, we always talk about, we're going to be talking a lot about our own values and asking you to share a lot about yourself. And obviously, like it's not a conversation you normally have. When you go down to the ship with your pals, you're not going to be talking about your values as you go to get your sausage supper. But Columbia 1400 offers our young people and the carers in our lives their space to actually have it to chat and explore their values. So how we do that with work with the Young People's Leadership Academies is that on the first full day on the Monday, we go to the most northerly point in the sky and we go for a values walk. It's a very simple exercise where we go for a bit of a walk and talk to basically whittle down maybe 20 values to 9 values, and then think about what are my 6 core values. And that really influences the rest of the time in which we work with our young people all the way through the leadership journey to help them really live by their values. But as adults, I don't think we give ourselves enough time to do so. So I would encourage you all, we all can go for a values walk. It'd be a bit of a logistical nightmare to go somewhere in Clackmannanshire, even up to Skye. However, if you do ever come to Skye, our cafe is fantastic, it sells fantastic coffee. But I would really encourage you to carve out, whether it be 5 minutes, whether it be walking your dog, going for a shower, driving into work, or just going for a walk at lunchtime, to find some time for some chill and for some still, to really think about 3 questions. Who am I? What do I want to stand for? And are my actions in line with my values? Because if you really think and give yourself that time and space to really think about that, and you understand what is core to you, that will influence everything that you do, in interaction with your young people, in interaction with your family, your friends, your colleagues. And ultimately, when things get tough, that'll be the things in which you fall back upon as well. That's where you'll draw strength from when things get tough, as everything tends to do. A quote that guides Columbia 1400 and all the work we do is a quote by John Buchan, and that quote is, "Our task is not to put the greatness back into humanity, but to elicit it, for the greatness is there already." Our task is not to put the greatness back into humanity, but to elicit it, for the greatness is there already. So I would offer you guys, as my call to action as such, is to give yourself that time to really look at you, because your values are in there, the greatness is already within, but you need to give yourself that time and space to elicit that greatness from within, because your values, they're your blueprint, they're your compass, they're your roadmap to leading a very, hopefully, fulfilled life. Thank you very much for your time.